WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Cash Matlock. Several Northeast Mississippi counties are reporting their first cases of COVID-19. The Mississippi Department of Health reported 2 cases of coronavirus in Oktibbeha County this morning. Chickasaw County, Montgomery County, and Pontotoc County also reported their first cases of coronavirus. Lafayette County reported 2 new cases. The county's total is now at 5 cases. Lee County reported 1 new case. That county's total is now at 6 cases. Winston County also reported 1 new case. The total for that county is now at 2 cases. Today's new positive results bring the state total to 207. 1 death has been reported so far in Hancock County. MSDH said it is seeing a jump in cases with more testing taking place across the state by the health department and private labs. For a complete list of counties and COVID-19 cases, visit our website at WCBI.com. The 2 new cases in Oktibbeha County come as no surprise to Starkville city leaders. Mayor Lynn Spruill took to her Facebook page today to express that this is something the city expected and planned for. Over the past few weeks, the city has tried a proactive approach to flatten the curve. Recently, they've discussed whether or not to move forward with a general curfew.
It was sad. I mean, I had hoped, hoping against hope that we would not have to recognize that it was going to hit us too, but it was not unexpected. And so I think it heightens what we did last Friday and the importance of that. It is absolutely on the table. It's one of the things that in our proclamation or in our resolution that we did on Friday included a potential for a curfew. We wanted to set the tone that if it gets to that, we will certainly be considering that as something that we'll be implementing. We have not done that yet, and it would require another meeting of the Board of Aldermen to do so. And there is a possibility of that.
Well, there is now a coronavirus hotline available 24/7. You can reach them at 877-978-6453.
Temperatures staying fairly mild so far this evening. We're still at 63 in Columbus, 62 in Tupelo. But check it off to the north. We've got colder air filtering in, 51 up in Memphis. Off to the south, though, warmer air. It's kind of the battle of these 2 air masses. The warmer air is going to win out. Warmer air going to continue to filter in overnight tonight. That's going to help to keep our temperatures basically the same overnight tonight. We did have some rain so far today. Most of that was down to our south, though. Areas in central Mississippi picking up around an inch. Here in Columbus and Tupelo, just about a trace to a little over 1/10 of an inch. There are some more rain showers out there. We'll talk about that in just a little bit because we are going to have more rain, more storms building in overnight tonight. I'll have a full look at that forecast for you and those details on what we can expect for the rest of tonight coming up in just a little bit. Cash.
Thank you, Trevor. Well, rural health care providers and facilities could soon get financial help from the government. U.S. Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith helped introduce the Immediate Relief for Rural Facilities and Providers Act. Rural hospitals will be affected as federal and state governments suspend elective surgeries to accommodate coronavirus cases. It's possible that hospitals that rely disproportionately on elective surgeries for income could be forced to close. The new legislation would provide those facilities with enough financial support to keep their doors open and make payroll. We've got the full bill text on our website, WCBI.com. The Mississippi Emergency Management Agency continues shipping out vital supplies of personal protective equipment today. The shipment started Saturday to various counties across the state. 25% of the current state PPE inventory will be distributed as push packages to county points of distribution. And these push packages will be delivered through a joint operation by MEMA, MSDH, and the Mississippi National Guard. This stockpile is a combination of what the state currently has, plus what Mississippi received Tuesday night from the Department of Health and Human Services National Stockpile. Well, as the coronavirus spreads in the U.S., about 32,000 cases have been confirmed and at least 404 people have died. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are trying to hammer out an economic rescue package for individuals and corporate America. CBS News correspondent Nancy Chin has the latest from New York.
On Capitol Hill, lawmakers race to reach bipartisan agreement on $1 trillion stimulus package to soften the economic blow of the coronavirus crisis. At the White House, President Trump ordered FEMA to set up mobile hospitals in the hardest hit states, Washington, California, and New York. He also expressed hope Congress would reach a deal.
Our goal is to get relief to Americans as quickly as possible so that families can get by and small businesses can keep workers on the payroll.
Democrats have expressed concern the stimulus bill does not go far enough in restricting companies from using money to buy back their own stock or from laying off employees. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says Democrats in her chamber are drafting their own proposal.
We'll be introducing our own bill, and hopefully it'll be compatible with what they discuss in the Senate.
On CBS's Face the Nation, Dr. Anthony Fauci, a key member of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, said more challenges are ahead.
We're going to get hit, there's no doubt about it, this physical separation at the same time as we're preventing an influx of cases coming in. I think that's going to go a long way to preventing us from becoming an Italy.
Officials say testing and isolating those who are infected is crucial. The Food and Drug Administration has made some headway, announcing approval of a new diagnostic test shipping out before the end of the month that provides results in hours rather than days. Nancy Chen, CBS News.
Republican Senator Rand Paul has tested positive for the coronavirus. Paul's chief of staff says he is feeling well and is in quarantine. Behold, Washington Furniture in Pontotoc and Smithville will be closing its doors tomorrow. The company employs roughly 425 people. In a letter to employees, CEO Lyle Harris announced plans to cease operations at all manufacturing, shipping, administration, and support facilities until Friday, March 27th. Harris says next week's payroll will be distributed as planned. The closure announcement comes after several employees were tested for COVID-19. Those results have not come back yet, but the company says they are taking extra precautions. Social distancing has become highly enforced for safety precautions, so a local church decided to try something new. Our Savannah Gato has more on a church service that went beyond the sanctuary.
He is the head of the body of the church. He is the beginning.
East End Baptist Church didn't let the new rules from keeping their congregation away. The church held a drive-in church service Sunday morning for anyone in the area to join.
People are trying to stay away from each other and social distancing, and we want to cooperate with that, and so we've just asked people to come and stay in their cars, and we're transmitting over a small FM transistor.
Even though members were not able to go inside for a church service, they were all able to gather around in the parking lot to hear a message from the pastor.
We're in a situation here where everybody has to do things differently, and the church is no different, and so we want to keep people safe, and so this seemed like a good idea, and I guess what makes it different is the fact that you can do this without being too close to anybody else.
Family members of the church enjoyed trying something new.
I think it's wonderful. I tell you, we have wanted to be able to reach out to the community for a long time, and this has really forced us to get outside the comfort zone, and I think it's absolutely fabulous.
Furry friends like Buster and Sadie were able to join the service too.
This is their first time to come to a worship service. Normally we don't bring them inside, but this was a great opportunity to bring them with us, and so that we could just enjoy this together.
There's even the idea that it might actually accomplish something that we've never accomplished before, and we may carry on doing it in the future.
Reporting in Columbus, Savannah Gato, WCBI News.
Well, the service was held on channel 89.5, but that could change for each service. Social distancing is more important than ever before, especially for those with compromised immune systems. More on this story after the break.
Watching WCBI News at 10 p.m. with Cash Matlock.
Welcome back, everyone. You may have heard that most people who get COVID-19 will experience mild symptoms and recover, except for high-risk groups like people with compromised immune systems. Our DeAndrea Turner talks to a college student about the importance of social distancing for the sake of others.
Rachel Harbor was enjoying her freshman year of college, a new start with things like Air Force ROTC. But then all of that changed on September 22nd, 2017. When she was diagnosed with lupus.
Did your life change that day?
Yeah, it changed. It actually changed months prior to it. It started in April, I want to say. Yeah, it started in April, and I didn't get diagnosed till September. It affected my school life, work life.
Rachel's immune system is always compromised. That's why she has taken extra precaution in today's world of COVID-19.
Initial reaction was, okay, that's another thing I gotta worry about because I take so many medicines that kind of suppresses my immune system. So my immune system really doesn't work as well as everyone else's. And when it does, it's hell.
Rachel was actually one of my roommates, but you can see that her door is closed. She's social distancing at home, and she wants everyone to take this seriously.
It's selfish if you don't social distance because you're only thinking of yourself.
Social distancing means staying at home, avoiding large crowds, and refraining from touching one another. She has one last message.
And don't think that just because someone is in their mid-teens and young adults and stuff like that, that their body is good and in good health, because it's not true. Like, looking at me, you wouldn't expect all the things that I'm diagnosed with, but it's very true out there.
Well, Rachel's story is similar to thousands that you'll find on social media. The hashtag high-risk COVID-19 stresses why social distancing is so important.
We're dry right now in Starkville, but there is some rain nearby on the radar. I'll have a full look at that and the 7-day forecast coming up right after this.
Your weather forecast with meteorologist Trevor Burchett.
Had some rain through the area earlier today, and we got a little break, but there is some more lighting up the radar right now. We've got a few pockets of heavier rain actually starting to light up the radar as we get into the evening hours. We've got one little heavy downpour right there along Highway 82 in extreme western Oktibbeha County. That's going to be into western Clay County here in the next little bit. We've also got a heavy downpour in the northern portion of Lee County, just to the west of Saltillo and Guntown. No lightning in that, but those pinks are showing some pretty heavy rain falling. So you might hear some heavy rain if you're right there in the northwestern portion of Lee County, also into southern Union County. And there's even more on the way. We've got some rain showers back off to the west in Panola County over near Batesville, and a really heavy thunderstorm over in western Arkansas in Phillips County, Arkansas. We've got about 30 strikes of lightning with this cell over here. And of course, moving due west, that's going to put it over toward Oxford and eventually toward Lee County as we go into the overnight hours. Right now in Lee County, though, not much in the way of rainfall. And the same story here in downtown Columbus. We are all clear except for some clouds. 63 right now on the Alpha Insurance Camera Network here at WCBI. But as I mentioned, there is going to be some more rain filtering in here overnight tonight. 57 for the low. Temperatures really don't fall much of anywhere. I think a lot of us are going to be seeing rain as we get closer to the midnight hour here in the next couple of hours, and the potential for some thunder as some of those heavier storms start to roll in. So we're going to start this off about 45 minutes from now. You see just a couple of isolated downpours, kind of like what we're seeing now. As we roll this into the early morning hours of Monday, this is 1 a.m., notice some heavier storms start to set up, especially along and north of Interstate 22. That slowly makes its way down to the south as we get into around 4 o'clock. Notice Eupora right there along Highway 82 getting in on some heavier rain. I think this heaviest band is going to get into the Golden Triangle by 6 or 7, so just as we're starting to wake up. But notice how much it weakens. So I don't think we're going to see much thunder here in Columbus, Starkville, West Point. I think most of the thunder activity will be limited up to Tupelo, Corinth, Oxford, places like that, because as quickly as this band is going to move through, it's really not going to have a chance to produce any thunder. And notice by lunchtime, it really starts to weaken, just a few light showers. And I think as we get into the afternoon, we might even see a few peaks of sunshine. So showers diminish after lunchtime tomorrow, getting up into the 70s. I think clouds could break up just a little bit. And then after that, our attention is going to turn to Tuesday. We're going to have a warm front lift through the area through the day on Tuesday. This is 7 a.m. Notice that warm front passing through. That's going to help to filter in much warmer air ahead of our next storm system back off to the west. That's why we've got a level 2 risk for some strong to severe storms in the area. We're talking some gusty winds, maybe some hail in spots. Really, I don't think this is a major tornado concern, but I think the best chance for any severe weather is going to be along and north of Interstate 22. So again, best chance is going to be for some gusty winds. Not even everybody is going to see that, but if you do see anything, it's probably just going to be some gusty winds, maybe some small hail. The tornado threat remaining very low, but of course we can never count it out. We'll keep you informed on the WCBI News app. After that, Wednesday and Thursday, both looking nice, highs back into the 80s, with more chances for storms next Saturday.
Seeing double, a pair of identical twins now have identical houses. We'll tell you all about it after the break. Stay with us. Home ownership is the American dream. For two identical twins, that dream has become a reality. WCBI's Allie Martin introduces us to the identical twins who are proud owners of identical homes. And they're also next-door neighbors.
When LaQuisha and Lakeisha Bowden started house hunting, the identical twins were looking for one house, but there was a problem.
Yes, we have a lot of clothes, so that was the issue. So, yeah, we had to get two houses for that fact.
The 26-year-old twins not only dress alike, they drive matching cars, they both work as traveling nurses, and now they are neighbors. And of course, each home has an identical floor plan. Each home has 4 bedrooms, but in each of those homes, one of those bedrooms will become a grand closet.
It's going to be for majority of all of our clothes. We have a separate closet for our shoes. We'll use that. Shoes, purses, accessories, jewelry, handbags, everything. We'll figure it out, and we'll probably fill it up by the end of this year.
There's one difference in both of the homes, and that's the exterior. The realtor encouraged the twins to think about resale value.
And the issue was that when they first said, hey, we want matching houses side by side, I told them, I said, I'm not going to let you do that. I said, what I'll do is I'll build the insides for you like that, but the outsides, we got to make it different.
And although they each have their own space, the Bowden twins will still spend a lot of time together.
She's right there, so I'll be over there majority of the time. If she cook, I'm coming over there, and if I cook, she's more than welcome. So now this is going to be different in my own home. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to be at her house all the time.
And now that the twins have officially christened both of their homes, there's more shopping in their future.
Two of everything, and it's going to be alike. Furniture and refrigerators and everything.
The identical twins hope to be moved into their identical homes by May.
It's going to be a big housewarming party, I think. Times two.
In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
The twins are planning on getting their master's and doctorate degrees. Now that they are homeowners, their mom and dad are empty nesters. They have a lot of shopping ahead of them as they pick out furniture and appliances. Most students have evacuated college campuses in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic, but what about international student athletes with nowhere to go? That story and more coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back in, everyone. Most students have vacated campuses across Mississippi. However, some of the current remaining on those college campuses are international student athletes. With travel bans becoming more prevalent in the wake of the coronavirus outbreak, student athletes and coaches are forced to figure out where to go from here.
That was a discussion we brought up is are we going to have a travel ban, 2 weeks from now? So we kind of want them to communicate with their parents and decide, where they feel safe. We don't want to make them feel like we're forcing them to get off campus, but we also want to give them that option to do what we can to help them get home. And the cafeteria is still open for them. They're comfortable. They're just sad, like the rest of their teammates are. This was a big blow to everybody. And internationals usually come to junior college. It's like 100% they want to go get a scholarship at a 4-year. So as you said earlier, they're trying to lift themselves up and promote themselves to other schools. And then when it just gets cut right in half, they were scared. They were texting me a lot and wanting to know what's going to happen.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Trevor will have a final look at weather. Some sense of normalcy. Lockdowns and quarantines due to the coronavirus at the Bryn Selin Care Home in the UK. Residents are playing a life-size version of the popular children's board game Hungry Hungry Hippos. They're using plastic playpen balls and makeshift hippo mouths made from plastic baskets attached to broomstick handles. They've actually been on lockdown since March 12th, and that means no visits from loved ones. Trevor, I think that's a pretty creative way to pass the time. Hopefully they'll get to see their loved ones soon, but that may be something we have to try here at work.
I was going to say, look, their floor kind of looks like ours here, so if we just push all these cameras out of the way, we can stay a little late off the clock and just set all this up. Looks like fun to me.
And it's social distancing. They're not touching anybody.
They're having a great time. I love to hear those laughs. I'm glad they're getting some fun in since they don't have any visitors, and you might have to do something similar over the next few days with all that rain. Some storms tonight, morning showers tomorrow, more storms on the way for Tuesday. Looks like we get a break for Wednesday and Thursday, though, so some nice weather mixed in, but definitely some storms possible.
That's right. All right, thank you, Trevor.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.